Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, here's the thing. You're in love with money, but money is not in love with you. This is the Godfather. This is the Mother of the Nile. My name is Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum step vocalist Zombie Supreme. And today, we're going to talk about on this series, another episode in the series of The Truth Is. How you need to stop paying your slave owners and pay yourself first. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so many of you have accumulated all these fixed expenses. Well, what are fixed expenses? For those of you who are just average W-2 workers who don't study financial literacy, even though it's free online right now as we speak. I got my lemon water. All right. So, a lot of you don't even know how much your monthly expenses are, what you pay all the time, what your fixed expenses are. Fixed expenses are expenses that are reoccurring every month, like your rent or maybe a mortgage payment if you were lucky enough to have a house. I can't say lucky because a house could be a catch-22 in the wrong hands. Your cable bill, your car note, insurance, etc. Netflix. You don't even know how much you're spending on that, let alone what you're bringing in every month, depending on how many hours you get. Are your hours fluctuating? Are you getting 20 hours one week and 30 hours the next? You have to know this stuff. Because numbers run everything. Okay? And so, you don't know how much you're making. You don't know what's going in, what's coming out. This is basically part 2 of why money keeps running away from you. And so with that being said, okay, you're paying your slave owner the electric bill, the electric company. You're paying your slave owner Netflix. You're paying your slave owner water bill. I don't know. You're paying your slave owner the landlord. You have so many slave owners. You're even paying your slave owner the boss at your job, or the company, actually, I should say, the company that you work for, because many of you will get your paycheck and you will go ahead and buy stuff at the store you work at, right? If it's food, that's fine. If that's what you need. You know, if you work at a grocery store, that's fine. It's a good thing to get the money back for something that you actually need to survive and stay alive. But it also depends on what you're buying at the grocery store. Do you really need it or you just want it? Is it a bad habit? Is it costing you money? But maybe you're buying these electronic products and all this other stuff and all this other flashy stuff they have at the store you're working at, and you're literally just giving your paycheck back to the company that just paid you, looking like a fool. And you might not even have enough money to even pay your bills like you're supposed to, because you don't know what's going in and what's coming out. You don't know what's going in and what's coming out. Okay? And so, for those of you who are paying the bills the best you can, but you have nothing left over to truly spend on yourself as well, that's another problem. Because honestly, it don't matter how much little money you make, you need to learn how to manage your money first, and then you also need to learn how to pay yourself first. Whether it's putting money away for an emergency bill, on emergency savings, whatever. Savings is not, in my expert opinion, saving account is not really to save up to, I don't know, for a rainy day. Well, I mean, say for a rainy day, I don't know, like you gotta have a savings account goal. And it can be that you're trying to save up for, I don't know, something outrageous. It has to be a realistic savings goal. The main reason for savings account, because they don't really pay anything anyway to keep up with inflation, is for an oh shit account. I have an oh shit account. What's an oh shit account? It's basically just an emergency fund. I just call it that because that's what it is to me. If somehow, I don't know, your computer breaks down, your car breaks down, you lose your job, you gotta leave your apartment or house for some reason. There's a hurricane, depending on where you live, there's some kind of natural disaster. You have an oh shit account or emergency fund to somewhat take the blow out of the major damage that has just been done. Right? Because my favorite motto these days is, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Let me say that one more time for you, just in case you weren't listening in the back over there. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay? That means you always gotta have that thinking cap on, honey. Gotta have that thinking cap on. Now. Sorry, y'all. I was enjoying this lemony tea, honey. Okay. I have me some lemon tea every morning. Now, and the only way you can do that is if you pay yourself first. Whether it's 5% of every check, 10% of every check. You know, and here's the thing: we're human animals, right? And we need to have some fun. But it's a difference between just spending money on impulse and having a control of money and having a set amount to have fun with. And once that amount runs out, that's it. You cut yourself off. There's no more fun to be had because you have goals, you have things you're trying to reach. You're not just on autopilot spending money like a fool and being broke every time and living paycheck to paycheck. Even though you make paycheck to paycheck, you don't have to live like paycheck to paycheck. That's what I'm trying to teach you here or tell you. You know, personally right now, I had a goal where I was setting aside before, what was it, 5 to 10% of my income into like an emergency fund, oh shit account. Or I was putting like 5% of my little income for savings, and then the other 5% into a fun account. You know, so whenever I was going to go out or do something for myself, I had that little account I created just for me to have to blow that little bit of money, you know, that I set aside. And that's also a healthy habit. Instead of blowing all your money and not having money to pay the bills and the rent, and you being late and getting evicted, we don't want that. We want to stop that kind of behavior in its tracks. Okay? Some of you may need to take a look at your bills, write this stuff down, total it up. You need to be doing this. Write your fixed expenses up, total it up. Know and try to get an estimate on knowing what you make. Look at your previous paychecks, round it up. Um, but yeah, so you just need to know what's going on, and you need to have control of that money. Get some organization, okay, on that money. You need to pay yourself first, but still, by knowing what you are actually, what expenses you're paying for on a regular basis, your fixed expenses, and totaling those things up, you can plan around your money better than just getting your money and spending it first on impulse and then not having enough money to pay all your bills for the month. That's tomfoolery at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a path that's just gonna lead you down bullshit alley lane, struggling, depressed, and whatever. When you be having a handle on your money, you have projections based on the numbers that you see. And listen, look, I know this is not fun. It's tedious, right? But guess what? And you may not really care and like numbers like that. Guess what? Neither did I. I didn't really care for the numbers like that. I didn't really care. I didn't really like math class. You know, I'm a creative. I like the arts. I like things with words. I like to write poetry. I like to write songs. I like to sing. I'm artsy. I like entertainment. But guess what? Without developing the other part that we don't like of ourselves, which involves like numbers and money and calculating and writing things down and whatever, I had to learn how to get over that hump so that I can stop struggling, you know, in the way that, I mean, when I say struggling, I mean really struggling. I mean, like you have no money, you can't do nothing, you're just chasing the next paycheck. Like, you're hungry, you can't feed yourself when you want to, because you didn't take the time to discipline yourself. You didn't understand how important this is that you do that. And so you were in the same looping cycle. Well, it's time to put that to bed. And it's time to get on this train of money management. It's time to get on this train of paying yourself first and still having money to pay all of your bills. And still having fun. But it has to be controlled. Paying yourself first, a little bit of money here and there. You know, 5%, 10%. You mean 5% for, you know, the little savings goal you have. And maybe just 5% for having fun. You know, blowing the money. But you need to get that under control first. And like I said, the way you can do it now, because the information is available to everybody, is like going on YouTube, searching up money management or whatever, and you will get a lot of great videos. But please stay away from pyramid schemes. There are commercials popping up everywhere when you're watching this kind of stuff, talking about you can get money from home, blah blah. You don't need to do this. This easy. Click on this link now, and blah 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 blah. Do not do it. Just let those commercials play or press skip and get back to the video that you need to be watching. Do not get into these pyramid schemes that pop up in the air, because they'll be so enticing, especially if you're desperate and at the bottom right now. Being desperate for money is a surefire way to get yourself into even more trouble. Do not be so desperate for money that you pull certain things, or you do certain things that are outside of the balance of the rules of money that you don't know, and you end up in trouble, or even in a worse situation that you're in now. No. Stay away from all that. All right? Well, the lesson has been that you need to pay yourself first. Okay? But But in order to do that, you need to learn how to manage your money. There's even little budget apps and things like that, and that could that's easier to use and make things a lot easier that you can be doing. You just gotta search them up if you don't feel like pulling out a regular Excel sheet and doing it by hand. That's the way that I'd rather do it because it builds more discipline and character and whatever. But like I said, the average person is not going to be me. I'll become above average at this point, to be honest with you. I'm not the average person. Not the average person, but you are the average person. So there are tools and apps out there that can help you make money management easier, especially when you're just working a 9-to-5 job, you know? Why there's $45,000 a year, $27,000 a year, $30,000 a year, whatever. You know, most working class and middle class people are literally in the same boat, especially today, with the divide of rich people, and then there are just people at the bottom at this point. So anyway, this has been Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum staff vocalist Zombie Supreme. It is time to pay yourself first and stop paying your slave owners. Okay? Stop letting them run your life, and you need to run your life and run them. Run your life and run them. Don't let the money run you. Don't let them hoes run you. You gotta learn how to run you, no matter what your situation is. Alright, so anyway, for those of you who have stuck around to the very end, make sure that you subscribe, honey. Hit that notification bell for more of these types of videos. I have other types of videos that may be for you, they may not be for you. Make sure you comment. Do not sit here and watch this video and leave it and not do any interactions. This still is social media. We're building community here, and I would like for you to be part of the community if you feel that you got value out of what I just told you, right? Because you have to learn how to pay yourself properly before you can start to pay yourself, right? And that does start with money management. Starts right there. We're gonna get to these social medias. For those of you we're gonna get to these social medias for those of you who are just here for, you know, videos like this. Then please subscribe to my channel like I just told you, and also if you're interested in hearing people with great voices like mine, and I have a unique tone too, so yes, SatchesLive.com/Peyton3662. That's a platform where I go live and I sing. You request me to sing songs live right then and there. It's gamified, it's easy, it's fun. You'll love being there. We get to know each other even more. And it's easy to sign up, okay? All you gotta do is press the sign up button in the corner if you're on your mobile phone, which most of you probably will be. Then you hit the little menu in the corner, you know, the little 3 lines. Yeah, that. And you just go ahead and you put your email in, and you get a screen name, you get a little avatar, and you're ready to come and support and have fun. And for those of you who are out the EDM community and my core fan base, and you watch everything that I do, all the content, different type of content I have on here, then you know what to do. If you're not already subscribed to these, please subscribe to them. If you are a new fan of the EDM community, well, not of the EDM community, if you are new to my channel and you are of the EDM community, then you know what to do. You got to subscribe and follow all of these. Well, this has been Peyton 3.0, folks. The EDM and drum set vocalist Zombie Supreme. I'm the Godfather, the Mother of the Nile, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now. Pay yourself first.